Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We're joined by AJordan, President and CEO of the Hilton Head Symphony Orchestra. So good to be with you.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
You know, music, hope, they're just, just together.
Throughout history, when people have had crises, they do two things. They go to church and they go to concerts. And, of course, the current situation is one where people really can't do either. They're starting to go back to church, but we have an audience demographic, and we have facilities that aren't able to allow us to do that.
Right,
yet.
The vulnerability factor.
Right, exactly. And we have people that are in communities that aren't being permitted to go out or to provide transportation to our concerts. So for starting at the beginning of May, last month, we started to do weekly Monday night live streams.
I love it.
Of performances. So live musicians, not recordings, but live musicians coming to our space at Soundwaves. We've set things up so that people are physically spaced. Our production staff wears masks. We have everything that DHEC is suggesting we do. And we'll stream, and my gosh, I think we have anywhere from 2,000 to 6,000 viewers each week.
That's fantastic.
It's free, so if anybody's interested, they can just go to our website on Monday, click on the link, and it'll take you there. We are accepting contributions.
I was just going to ask, because there's so many things that have become accessible today due to I sort of see that as a silver lining, with some of this that there's a new accessibility, and at the same time, it also there's an opportunity to be able to donate
absolutely
to causes that you are passionate about.
And I think that is that accessibility. It could be permanent, but the concept still, there's nothing like a live performance.
Nothing.
And that is what we're going to be going back to when we are allowed. In the meantime, we're doing these performances each week, and people can just click on the button and make a contribution. And they've gone very well. In fact, some of the weeks have been almost successful financially as our live performances were. Yeah, so we're reaching a larger audience than we can even hold in Soundwaves. And of course, all the artists that we use, we're using a lot of local popular artists, jazz, singer-songwriter, and they have their own following. So, it goes viral. And so we see people from all over the world, literally,
Absolutely
that are tuning
fantastic.
in, which is great.
So we had sort of a changing of the guards recently. And so this is like a whole new set of parameters for you. So, you're fast on your feet.
Everything's new.
Yeah, right?
Everything's new. So I don't know whether I'll ever know what the normal was. But yeah, it's been a very interesting first 5 months. And, we spent time talking about next season, a lot of time trying to figure out, because we had things pretty much in place in February, but then we said, okay, what do we do?
And how does that play out as well with the schedules of the musicians?
We sent contracts to our musicians. We do that in the month of May. They send the contracts back. I think everybody now realizes that flexibility is required.
Yeah.
So we have musicians who play with us. They also play in Savannah. They play in Charleston and Atlanta. And I think one of the things that has come out of this situation is that we've developed more communications with our colleague orchestras so that we can do some coordination if we have to adjust schedules.
Sure.
Our musicians, cobble this work together. They'll play Savannah one weekend, they'll come play us the next week, and then Charleston. And so flexibility is what it's all about. And fortunately, our patrons have been very understanding. When we had to cancel concerts last minute, many of them donated the value of their tickets back. Others were holding. We actually have a concert that was in late March that we rescheduled for mid-June. Well, now we can't use First Presbyterian Church, and we can't fit 60 people on a stage safely. So instead, we're going to do something at Soundwaves in a couple of weeks, and so all the people that have tickets will get free admission to the performance, and then we'll offer tickets to others. So it really is about adapting. I mean, that's not a new word. I mean, we're like
that's
other
really it. Flexibility and adapting.
Yeah.
Now, what about outdoor venues? Is that a possibility?
It is, and in fact, we have in our plans, and I brought along my brochure for the 39th anniversary season next year. We had planned on opening the season in October as part of the Bluffton Arts and Seafood Festival, and then also to open Celebration Park. Now, whether these are going to happen or not, it's going to be late October, so maybe things will be different. Celebration Park is, struggling to get the work done because of supply things and stuff like that. But yes, outdoor concerts would definitely be a possibility. In fact, we're trying to think of all the different ways that we could adjust based on what comes out. And one of those things might be to hold some of our First Presbyterian Church concerts outdoors.
Sure.
Which is something we can do here in South Carolina and can't do in Vermont.
Right, exactly.
In October.
Now let's go back quickly and just reiterate Mondays, that the live streaming, is that going to continue for a while?
It will continue as far as we can tell, as far out as we can take it.
Go to the website,
and
the
just
Hilton
go to the
Symphony
website.
Orchestra?
It's a different group. It's a different program every week.
Are they recorded so that you can hear them again?
They stay up on YouTube for a few days until we give the links to the next week's information. So, and we actually have, it's amazing how many people actually watch it after the fact and make contributions. I mean, last night when we went home, we didn't look at what we had done so far, because that'll probably be increased by about half again.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well,
so
thank you.
Great.
Thank you for staying diligent with this and just, continuing to share such hope with people through music.
Thank you. And we're so grateful to all our musicians and performers because they are
keeping us afloat.
Suffering. They're suffering, but they're also keeping the humanity.
Exactly. Well, thanks so much for being with us, Alan.
Thanks a lot.
And we will be back with more Talk of the Town.